We're back here at Mistakes and Mistakes. Doing a cover song for the cover song series. Today is probably one of the first times you're actually going to hear me do this. Today's December 20th, 2023. I bring up the date because December is a very interesting month. It has been, especially this year, for Beatles fans. As per usual, though it wasn't made a bigger deal of this year, the anniversary of the death of John Lennon was December 8th. And a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, maybe it was earlier than the 8th. But Apple Recordings, Apple Music, finally released Now and Then. And it is touted as the last Beatles song. There's some people talking about there'll be probably more Beatles songs done in that same way. And I may end up doing a video discussing AI and what that kind of means for music, given what they did with Now and Then. But suffice it to say, I bring that up to say this. So, Paul, George, and Ringo, before the untimely death of George Harrison, worked on this song on Now and Then as a part of the Beatles anthology. And for a whole host of reasons, they never were able to finish it because the technology wasn't there. Technology caught up with them, and they were able to finish the song, and it's touted as the last Beatles song. The cover song we're going to cover today is the last actual song where all five Beatles, to include George Martin, if you want to include George Martin, were around in the studio to do this song. Today, we're going to discuss She's So Heavy. So, She's So Heavy it's an interesting song because much like a lot of the other Beatles songs, and much like their more famous songs, like I Want to Hold Your Hand, it's a very simple song. It closes side one of the 1969 album Abbey Road. And the original song features Billy Preston on the organ. It was the first song recorded for the Abbey Road album, but it was one of the last songs to be finished. In fact, August 20th, 1969, was the last time all four Beatles were together in the studio. Now, initially that song was titled I Want You. And it got rehearsed like during the Let It Be sessions, setting up for the last tour. Lennon plays the lead guitar on it, and Lennon and George Harrison do some overdubs. There's a whole bunch of technical stuff with this record, but I want to talk about the abrupt ending before I talk about the cover. Because the abrupt ending is kind of, in a lot of ways, what this song is famous for. So the final master recording of this, after all the overdubs and the first and second generation tapes, like all this engineering stuff that I just don't, it's not that I don't care about it, but it's not endemic to this video. The master recording it ends at 8 minutes 4 seconds. It is said, and this is I think according to Songfacts and some other research that I've done, during the final edit of the tape, with the guitars and everything kind of just doing what they did in that track, Lennon looks at recording engineer Jeff Emmerich and says, "Cut it right there." And so it ends at 7:44, and that ends side one of Abbey Road. Some people like to say that this song is kind of maybe the progenitor of heavy metal, because the bass is there, and it's a song. A lot of people put a lot of things on this song. Like, what is this song about? Some people like to talk about the lore of this is the song that broke up the Beatles, because the song is essentially about Yoko Ono, and that it's about a man being in love with his woman. That's it. That's what the song is about. He loves Yoko Ono, and that's it. And he earnestly loves her. That's what he's saying in the song. And it's not an uncoverable song. It's a song, the more times I listen to it, the more different remixes I've found in doing the research of this song. I found something different every recording of it, right? So then Halestorm gets a hold of it. And there's a ton of things you can say about Lzzy Hale. She's a great guitarist. She's an excellent singer. And she adds a definite sprinkle. She brings something to the table. She brings certain je ne sais quoi, I will say, to this song. Because when you hear John sing it, John is singing it. And he's, talking about, it's much like I talked about, I don't know if I've done this. I think I have done the video for Cover Me Up. How there's and the same thing I think when I did the Boys of Summer video, if I haven't done it yet, I'll do it. But it's this same perspective that the artist tends to bring their perspective to it. So with Cover Me Up, you had Jason Isbell writing this love song / apology to his wife, Amanda Shires. When Morgan Wallen covers it, it's really a young man's take on the song where he's trying to win this woman, basically. With Boys of Summer, it's kind of essentially it's the same way. Don Henley's writing about the nostalgia of middle age and looking back over his life, and here are some things that are peppered in it. When the Ataris covered that song, it was from a younger man's perspective, but the interesting thing about that song is Don Henley was as far away in time from the Grateful Dead as the Ataris were from Black Flag. I say all that to say this. When Lzzy Hale covers this song, she adds a sensuality to that song that isn't in John's version. It's also interesting to hear an actual metal band take this song and accentuate the fact that it was heavy, while not. They don't do a shot-for-shot remake of it. There's different things I found in their recording that makes their version of it unique, but it's Lizzy's vocal that takes it over the top, because it's very interesting, and this is the same thing that comes up in a slightly different way when I talk about, I'm going to do another video soon that covers Heart's cover of All I Want to Do. The fact that you didn't know that was a cover song is the third most surprising thing about that song. But it's interesting to hear that type of sentiment from a female singer, because her perspective is like when a guy's saying "I want you," you get all the connotations of a guy singing it. To hear a woman singing it adds a definite charge to the song, and I found that all on both Reanimation, which is the EP that this is on, and there's a 2012 album, because I think Reanimation was 2008. There's a 2012 album that Halestorm did that also has this cover version on it. It's one of my favorite covers, simply because they don't mess it up. Like, admittedly, they are scaling Mount Rushmore by covering this song, but they do a really good job of bringing what they bring to the table, while just doing an excellent job of not messing the song up and coming up with a good song. So that's it. That's what we talked about today here at Mixtapes and Mistakes. I'm going to leave in the description box of this video a link to both songs so you can hear them both and kind of contrast. We're going to keep doing more videos, and